The story that I'm going to tell you today, we're going to try and identify the differences between a healthy versus an unhealthy relationship. I'm going to get you guys to understand what the cycle of violence is, a cycle that occurs in every unhealthy relationship, warning signs to an unhealthy relationship, and resources where you can go if you know somebody or you yourself are involved in one of these relationships. The main character in the story, his name is Jason. Now, Jason's a high school senior. He's an all-star basketball player, and he has a girlfriend who's a year younger, and they've been dating for 2 years. Her name is Kelly. Now, when they first started dating, things were amazing. This is the type of couple that when they're at school, they hold hands at all times. They make out at all times. How many of you have had a best friend, one of your closest friends, who the minute they got into a relationship, they stopped hanging out with you? Be the first one to raise my hand, right? And it's very simple because you want to spend time with that new person, right? You love that person or you're starting to like them a little bit, right? Whenever there's abuse in a relationship, it's all about power and control. It means somebody feels entitled to all of the power and all of the control in the relationship. Jason calls up Kelly. Says, Kelly, you want to go to the party? Yeah, I'll be there in 15 minutes. Jason's idea of getting ready for the party is going down to his mom's kitchen cabinet, grabbing the bottle of vodka and taking a couple swigs. Now, he does something interesting when he goes and picks up Kelly. He never goes to the front door. He doesn't like talking to Kelly's parents. He doesn't really get along with them too well, so he just honks the horn. And if Kelly doesn't come out in the first 2 minutes, he gets pissed. He honks the horn, she comes running out, opens up the door, sits down, gives him a kiss. Ooh, Jason, have you been drinking? My God, woman, you've been in my car for 5 seconds and you're already nagging? Can you just shut your mouth for 5 minutes? She says, you know what, you're right, Jason, you're right. I'm sorry, let's just have a good time. Yeah, let's just go and have a good time. Now, when Kelly's all alone, she decides to go and say hi to some of her old friends. She's that type of girl that doesn't hang out with her friends anymore, spends all her time with Jason. She runs into a couple friends and then bumps into this guy named Jake. Now, Jake and her have been best friends since the first grade. They used to play co-ed t-ball together. They used to go to the same church group. And he turns around and gives her a big bear hug. They keep chit-chatting. And as Kelly is saying something and Jake's listening, all of a sudden Jake's eyes begin to get really, really wide. And as they get really, really wide, Kelly feels somebody grabbing her shoulder, kind of hard, kind of aggressively. The person spins her around, and it's Jason. I can't believe you would cheat on me at a party that I was at. I'm just talking to a friend, Jason. He continues to blow up, and she starts to walk off. She goes outside. Some of her friends have kind of congregated. She's going to go get a ride. Jason's upset. He runs after her, grabs her by the back of the ponytail, and throws her up against a parked car. He puts his hand around her throat and says, you little bitch, don't you ever walk away from me, and slaps her 2 times in the face.
I think he made it so that every person in the room could at some point relate to the stories that he was telling that were very real. And I know for a fact that it's true and it happened.
I definitely think this is a message that all men of all ages should hear.
It definitely resonated with a lot of my friends' situations and things that I've seen in my life.
I can relate personally, and I do have a lot of friends that have been in the situations that were used today. I think it's everywhere, whether we realize it or not. And it was really helpful learning about the verbal and emotional violence, the different types, and the actual cycle of violence.